So to start off with, if you can perhaps just tell me your name and who you represent.
Sure. My name is Shane Oren, and I'm the CRO here at OCR Labs.
Fantastic. So you were successfully raising a 30 million investment round earlier this year for expansion. Tell me a little bit about what your plans are for expansion.
Sure. Our plans for expansion are really to expand across the Americas, both North and South America, in the banking, fintech, and iGaming space in 2022 and into 2023.
And specifically thinking about the US, as we hear in 2020, how's the team formation going? Is it taking a bit longer than usual, or how are things?
Yeah, it's an interesting time to be hiring people when a lot of our competitors in this space are laying off people. We've grown from 0 in the US to 38 people in a matter of 3 months. And the sales team was the first to hit the ground, followed by marketing, and then our customer success team has now been onboarded.
So, what do you think are the next steps in identity verification services?
I think the key step is getting it to be adoption. So the two key words that we're hearing here at Money 2020 are automation, which is definitely on the rise. Everyone wants to be automated. How do you eliminate humans and racial bias from the equation in order to have a level 1 solution to bring to the market? Number 2 is fraudsters are getting smarter. So synthetic IDs, things like that nature, are so easy to find these days. For $150, I can get a fake ID offline that will scan through a magnetic scanner. That's a scary sight, and you've got to have the technology and the wherewithal to stay ahead of them so you can prevent that fraud and reduce the cost.
So we're unquestionably we're going into probably one of the worst economic crises we've seen for some time.
Yeah.
How does that impact all the vulnerabilities of these systems?
I would actually say, we saw a 60% an increase in fraud in Gartner from 2021 to 2022. What we're going to see in 2023 as an economic downturn happens is more fraud. People who are going to go to any means possible to survive and take that next step. It's when people are most vulnerable, when they think they need the money, they're trusting of that ad that came in and they follow up on it, only to realize they've given up their identity. And if the company doesn't have a solution like ours, their customers might be vulnerable to that as well.
So obviously, that's the pandemic on that sort of time.
Yeah.
How has sort of remote work, hybrid work changed the need for these services?
I think it's actually allowed everyone to bring their guard down a little bit, which is why I think the increase in fraud has happened, right? In Americas, we saw with the Social Security checks, people creating fake identities, fake companies just to take advantage of it. If you had a solution like KYC or KYB, you wouldn't have had that problem. The government didn't put it in place, and we did have that problem. And I think as we think about work from home and remote environments, people are more comfortable with putting their details out there, maybe not such a secure environment, and they're paying the price for it now.
And obviously thinking a lot about these sort of education services to help fraud, etc. Are there any other benefits from using these services?
It's going to lower their overall cost. I would call it a headcount avoidance, meaning the people that are currently doing these manual checks with a system like ours that's fully automated, it allows you to reduce the number of that in the back end, meaning your customers have a faster turn time. Instead of it taking hours or days to verify, we can do it in less than 30 seconds. So if we think about the economic impact there, it's going to be good for those companies and good for the consumer experience. I would say the second point is on re-verification. If an anomaly happens, if you're over your spend limit, if you're out of your country of origin, instead of having to do a 2FA to a phone, maybe it fails authentication, you got to call in. Now we can just use your face as that single point of sign-on.
Final question. We're here at Money 2020 USA. How have you found the event?
The event's been phenomenal. The event for us is really our kind of a kickoff event in Americas. And the number of companies that have stopped by and talked to us about their pain points, their problems, things they're working on, I feel like we almost had a cheat sheet to what the questions they were going to ask and where they want to go next year. There's an expression, skating to where the puck is. And I would say we should actually skate to where the puck's going to be. So think out 3-4 years from now, Elon Musk said we're going to drive our car with our face. That's your key. There is no more key. Hyundai came out a year later. 2025, they're saying the same thing. No more keys. You're only driving with a face. You better have a pretty good solution in place that is going to prevent fraud and allow the user to have a seamless experience.